We see abstract art all around us, but we don't really understand what it means. Everything that exists around us has a story of evolution and birth roots. Our story goes back quite a few years and has its roots in an art form that is called Cubism. Now let us go back in time in the mid 19th century when a rival, camera obscura, started gaining popularity. Art, about 200 years ago, was all about realism. Realist artists focused on truth and accuracy. Their artwork had a strong sense of perspective and study of light and shadow. So when camera obscura came into the scene, suddenly there was no need of realism at all. People were fascinated by photographs which could be developed in moments, rather than the time-consuming, inaccurate efforts taken by artists to do the same thing. Even though the photos were in black and white, there was an excitement to try out something new. Paintings were not being sold, and hence the need for evolution arose. Impressionism came into being, and artists were desperate to prove to be a level above the camera. They captured candidness, and that was the time when pre-mixed paints were invented and put to use extensively. Stuff like intense color was used and outdoor paintings were done, basically to do what the camera could not at that point of time. That was when the need to exist was culminated and intense rivalry with the camera began. When concepts of Impressionism were not enough to give a toughie, Post-Impressionism and Expressionism were formed to give order and structure to the paintings and express emotions respectively. Now in Post-Impressionism worked two artists who were the unofficial pioneers of the art form of Cubism, Paul Gauguin and Paul Cézanne. When Paul Gauguin is said to have discovered the true value of tribal art, Cézanne is said to have laid the theory of everything around us existing in basic shapes. This is where our shrewd hero makes his entry. On October 25, 1881, Pablo Picasso was born to a Spanish painter and art school teacher, causing him to be exposed to art since a very early age. Pablo was naturally gifted and grew up under the heavy influence of art, which inspired him to wander to Paris, the then art capital of the world. His first few months in France, though, were poverty-stricken, compelling him to burn his own paintings at times for warmth. However, at the turn of the century, Picasso co-founded and illustrated a local magazine which earned him his first two collectors. This was the beginning of Picasso's recognition as an artist. In the spring of 1907, as an established artist, Picasso visited an ethnographic museum and was subconsciously inspired by the tribal art he saw there. This reflected in his next art, the highly criticized Les Demoiselles d'Avignon, which portrayed 5 female prostitutes. This bizarre, never-before-seen style of art earned a lot of criticism as well as a lot of admiration. One of the criticizers come admirer was George Braque, and it was with him and his similar ideas that Picasso founded the revolutionary Cubism. Now let us see what exactly this Cubism was all about. Being a solid blow to the camera, Cubism was a type of art which tried to show the subject from all angles in a two-dimensional format. Complicated, isn't it? But from the artist's perspective, it was a detailed study and explanation of the topic. Cubism, in its short span of existence, evolved into two parts. In its initial stages, it was a dimensional study of nature and existing objects called analytic cubism. Later, with a surge of experimentation, it became more decorative. Called synthetic cubism, it gave birth to the concept of collage and pop art. Cubism broke all barriers and initiated a lot of scope for artists all around. Here are some of the famous artists who also worked in Cubism. Henri Matisse was a painter, sculptor, printmaker and draftsman. He was also Picasso's friendly rival for most of his career span. Léger Fernand. This French artist was famous for his abstract art in primary colors. He also worked in ceramic, murals, film, theatre, sets, print and book arts. George Braque was a Fauvist member before and the co-founder of Cubism. His works were said to be inspired by Cézanne and he worked mostly in collage. Jouin Gris worked in various drawing styles. A peculiar characteristic of his work Rossetti inserted text in his paintings. He also painted Picasso himself. Cubism was a revolutionary form of art in its own way. It brought to the forefront a lot of scope and an infinite number of possibilities for abstract art. Currently, Cubism has given inspiration to things like furniture, architecture, and pottery. So the next time you see abstract art, you will know that it isn't really abstract, but it does have a story of evolution. And what more, you might even understand what it means.